Today we are in the Catalan kitchen cooking up some fast food for you. Essentially, most of you will be aware of the use of sports drinks to improve performance, and what I want to do today is just demonstrate that it's not essential to go and buy a branded drink, that part of what you pay goes towards the marketing of a pro team or whatever, and whilst all of that is good and fine, it's possible to make an effective energy drink on a pretty tight budget. Most energy drinks are comprised primarily of carbohydrates, simple sugars. They might be given fancy names, but essentially what we're doing today is using some commonly available and pretty inexpensive simple sugars to make your own sports drink. The main ingredient is glucose. I've got 454 grams precisely. And you'll all have heard of glucose. It's pretty widely used, so I am going to add that to my pot of speed, as in velocity speed. There was nothing else in here. Okay, so what's basically been found in a lot of sports science studies is that a mix of glucose and fructose, 2-to-1 mix, is a really effective drink to use on pretty demanding endurance exercise. So what I've got here is pure fruit sugar or fructose. This is just bought in a supermarket. The glucose I got in a pharmacy, and I've got pretty much the exact amount I need here, so that if I add this, we've got a 2-to-1 mix. And instead of using the wonderful orange beast here, I'm simply going to put the lid on and just give it a good mix. The reality is, if you fail to mix it completely, you're probably not going to know. It's going to mix pretty well. So there we have that. So this is a 2-to-1 glucose fructose mix. Now the thing with glucose fructose is you can use pretty high quantities and your body will absorb it better than the same quantity of just glucose or the same quantity of just fructose. So for a really demanding session, you could actually take up to 80-90 grams per hour. For most kind of training sessions, you might do 30 to 40 grams, up to 50 grams is absolutely fine. What I've done here is I've supplemented the carb mix with effervescent multivitamin. So one thing is, this covers your RDA for all your vitamins and minerals. It's also got some essential salts, potassium, sodium. So in terms of sweat loss, you're replacing some of the electrolytes. So all I have to do is, for today's ride, I'm going to add 3 scoops. In this case, that gives me around 60 grams. Simply mix it up with about 2/3 in the water bottle, and that will give you, in this case, an orange tasting sports drink that's going to deliver similar performance to something you would buy in the stores, but at a much less expensive price.